Hey y'all, and welcome to Politibrawl. My name is Brian, and this clip should be your reminder that cements the actual legacy of two men. Joe Biden, who has never been that intelligent to begin with, as proof of what Clarence Thomas has to say here, and of how Clarence Thomas isn't just one of the best judges we've ever had. He has gone through the wire, he's gone through the ringer, he went through the muck that Congress tried to throw at him, and he came out standing tall. Joe Biden tried to destroy this man, and now the shoe's on the other foot.
Good morning, Judge. Welcome to the blinding lights. Finding out what you mean when you say that you would apply the natural law philosophy to the Constitution is, in my view, the single most important task of this committee.
Senator Biden was very focused on natural law. How did that go?
Who knows? I have no idea what he was talking about.
I just want to make sure we all know what we're talking about here, that you and I know at least what we're talking about here. There's a fervent and aggressive school of thought that wishes to see natural law further inform the Constitution than it does now, argued against by the positivist led by Judge Bork. Now again, that may be lost on all the people. You know and I know what we're talking about.
I have to be perfectly honest with you. You sit there and you have no idea what they are talking about. All I know is that he was asking me these questions about natural law.
Someone may apply it in a way, like Moore, who leads him in a direction that is, quote, liberal. You may apply it in a way that leads you in a direction that's conservative. Or you may, like many argue, not apply it at all. But it is a fundamental question that is going to be almost impossible for non-lawyers to grasp in an exchange. But you know and I know it is a big, big deal. And in conclusion,
one of the things you do in hearings is you have to sit there and look attentively at people you know have no idea what they're talking about.
Man, I wish I had seen this a long time ago, so I could have gotten the warning bells sounded even louder. Joe Biden has always been a very slimy, slip-up proof person. He is mentally acute enough to articulate his words, but he has no idea what he's talking about. Clarence Thomas is right. I need to unpack a lot here, so let's dive in. First off, I've already just told you that Joe Biden has never been that intelligent of a person. The fact that he has remained through politics so long is a mystery to me. And I think the reason that he has been able to get through political situations, despite the Biden administration trying to get him to shut up constantly, because he has been a gaffe machine for his entire life. Furthermore, he's been a proven liar about his own record, what he has done in his education, even on his voting record. I mean, the man lies constantly, all in attempt to get you to support him. This man should have been thrown out a long time ago. Y'all, times are rough. Record inflation is still not under control. We have a president who doesn't know what planet he's on. And the Federal Reserve continues to make dumb decision after dumb decision after dumb decision. You can gamble on Wall Street all you want, but if you want to diversify and protect your wealth, you need to look into my friends over at Colonial Metals Group. These amazing experts understand how to keep your wealth safe and protected from the volatility of our current market. And there's even a great deal for first-time accounts. Free gold and silver-backed IRA accounts, insurance on whatever precious metals you happen to buy for 5 years, up to $7,500 worth of silver, and a nice safe for you to keep all this good stuff in. So go take a look at their website, link in the description below, or call the phone number below so you can talk personally to Paul Stone, CEO, and his amazing team of experts to protect your wealth today. But I think he has been in power because he understands how it works. He is very adaptable, and he will change his rhetoric constantly. There are clips of him talking about protecting the southern border, talking about how he didn't like gay marriage, talking as if he was a social conservative. If you want to know how left-leaning our country has gone, never forget that Bill Clinton would have been a Republican to these people. That is how far the left has moved things in this country. And you compare that to Clarence Thomas. You see Joe Biden, who has gone senile, compare that to Clarence Thomas, who has been a rock of the Supreme Court, who was lied about in the same way that they lied about Justice Kavanaugh. There was a woman that brought up an allegation against him, turned out to be totally false. Same thing with Brett Kavanaugh. And yet the Democrats will believe the lies because they don't care about the truth of the matter. Brett Kavanaugh almost lost his seat because he got angry, almost lost his chance because he got visibly angry with the Senate for believing this mass psychosis about him. Compare that to Clarence Thomas, who is a black conservative. And you can definitely tell it because this man is having to sit there and have his name just smeared through the mud after lie after lie after lie was made about him. Then, if you notice carefully, you heard the name Bork. Bork was going to be nominated by Reagan, but he had a slip up. And so the Democrats used that opportunity to not support him. The slip up, however, was one of ideology, basically saying that what was currently going on in the Supreme Court until about the 90s, the Supreme Court was a very weird group of lefties that just fundamentally refuse to understand the Constitution. They refuse to understand what the 10th Amendment was written to do. They overused the 14th Amendment. And then they had bad decision after bad decision and then more overreach. That's why Roe v. Wade got struck down. That's why some parts of civil rights got struck down. They were poorly worded decisions and decisions that were made outside the scope of the Constitution. Bork would have been against that. Clarence Thomas has clearly been against that. But ultimately, the legacy of Clarence Thomas is tied to Antonin Scalia. I remember when Scalia passed away. I was currently working in Frankfort, Kentucky, under their beautiful state capitol building. And I was working with the intern coordinator. And after his death, the first day of hearings on the Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas finally started speaking again. Because Scalia was apparently so eloquent that Clarence Thomas thought, nope, I can let this man speak for me. But once Scalia was gone, he stepped into the role. And my intern coordinator just turned to me and said, Brian, did you notice what happened today? I said, yes. Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas finally started to speak. It was a rare moment, and he has not stopped speaking since. This man has been through the mud. Liberals are currently saying, oh, he's taking bribes. Well, maybe Congress should do its job and actually outline what the Supreme Court can or cannot do under the Constitution. That is why they've been losing so badly. That's why Chevron got shot down. Congress is supposed to legislate policy. Federal agents are not allowed their own immunity in a way. They must follow the laws that they have been given. And when they set policy, they are taking power directly from the American people. That's what losing your democracy actually looks like. When you are being ruled by people who do not act on basis of law, you do not have a democracy. So the Democrats are actually over the ballpark, but they're the ones defending this system. They're the ones going crazy out here. They're the ones lying about our Supreme Court justices. These people are clinically insane at this point. And Joe Biden shows the fact that he can say word salad, but he refuses to admit that it has any nutritional value. Clarence Thomas is one of the best Supreme Court justices I've ever gotten to study. And the Democrats hate his guts, mainly because they know he breaks their narrative and he's right. Folks, my name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed that segment here on Politbro. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. And until then, y'all have a good one.